Good morning, we're Jacob and Jenny, and we have arrived in St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands.
We're in the small town of Charlotte Amalie here on the island, and it's not what we were planning to do today, but we're gonna make the most of this. We've had a little bit of an itinerary change and we aren't able to do our excursion that we were planning to the Virgin Islands National Park. So we're just gonna try and kind of wing it and see what there is to do in this little town.
So sweaty again. So, like Jacob mentioned, we were unable to do the tour we originally planned at the national park. So we found a walking tour that'll hopefully take us around Charlotte Amalie and see some of the noteworthy sites here. We are now at the legislature building, which is where it starts, and we plan on going around the town to see what other sites we can find.
The next stop is Fort Christian. This was built by Danish King Christian V, back when this was a Danish colony. And it is the oldest building still standing on the island. I think there's a museum in it that opens a little bit later, so we might try and hit that up.
Our next stop is to the Central Post Office here on the U.S. Virgin Islands, and inside are some noteworthy murals. It is a little strange to walk in though, because it's still an operating post office where everyone's just standing in line ready to deliver their packages. So it's a little, we didn't linger too long, but if you want to see some of the murals inside, definitely just take a quick peek in.
So our next stop is a staircase known as the 99 Steps. I've heard it's actually 103, but who's counting? It is quite toasty today, so it's gonna be something walking up those steps.
98, 99. So hot. It actually doesn't even feel that hot. It's just, I'm so sweaty. I don't know why. I guess it's humid?
The steps weren't that bad. And boy, when you get to the top, look at this view over the ocean here, over the harbor. It is gorgeous. And you get a nice wind, nice breeze coming off the ocean. It's perfect.
Trying to take advantage of having the breeze to air out a little here. It's hot, isn't it?
Ooh, it's very hot. So, at the top of all the steps, our next stop was supposed to be Blackbeard's castle, which you can see behind me, but unfortunately, there's signs that say it's closed for repairs, so we can't go in. It was a watchtower built to give a view over the harbor to see any ships, any enemy ships coming in. So I'm sure if you could go up there, it would have just amazing, amazing views. Sadly, we're not gonna get to see those views, so we're just gonna have to continue on to our next stop.
So it is quite humid and quite toasty here. I mean, we're from a pretty humid area living in New Orleans, but I'm not usually like out and about taking pictures, trying to look decent and put together. So it's a little, just needed a little break and get out of the sun and refresh myself with a nice iced coffee. Oh, I feel more like a functioning human now and ready to see some more sights. So this area was known for housing a lot of pirate goods in the warehouses before they became a bunch of different shops. The legend here is that there are stored treasure in these areas, and maybe someday we'll be lucky enough to find, someone will be lucky enough to find it. So if you are in the market for jewelry or a diamond, you will have no problem finding that here. There are several jewelry stores down this way. You can get watches, diamonds, any kind of stone you can think of, stones I've never heard of. But if that's what you're in the market for, you are going to be able to find that here in St. Thomas. We are not. I am not interested in that, believe it or not. So we are just going to find something else to do. So we came back back to the Fort Christian Museum now that it's open, and we are going to take a look around, and they said start in the dungeon, so that is an interesting way to start a tour. There has been quite a history of this building. It has been used for many things. It was originally kind of where the governor was. It's been used as a fort, but also as the prison here and police station. What once was a church was used as a courthouse for a while. So it kind of is, it's one of the oldest buildings here in St. Thomas and has a really wide history. So it seems like it's small enough to kind of do in just a little bit amount of time, but if you wanted to kind of see some different side of St. Thomas, it's definitely worth checking out. So to be honest, when we went to Puerto Rico, I was a little disappointed we didn't get to pick up any coffee. However, earlier in the afternoon here, we had some amazing coffee at the stop we took to get some coffee, freshen up. And we happened to, as we came back towards our boat, find where they roasted the coffee. So not only did I pick up a bag of fresh roasted coffee, we got a t-shirt, and they gave us some free cold brew because of our purchase. So I feel like that's a win-win-win-win-win. So good and so refreshing. Our last official stop is Leatherback Brewing for a taster sampler of some what looks to be some amazing beer and a little snack before we have to pack. Oh yeah, delicious. That was a perfect way to end our stay here at St. Thomas. So we ended up having a pretty lovely day here in St. Thomas.
Yeah, despite having no plans at all and being kind of tossed into this city, this little port city without knowing anything about it. I think we made the most of it and had a really, really lovely day.
Yeah.
Real nice, small town.
Definitely. We'll definitely need to come back to check out the national park sometime.
Oh yeah.
But I think we did a good job.
Yeah, let us know about some time that a trip didn't quite turn out the way you thought, or you had to make last minute changes and what you did about that.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.